On this episode, we review the new DC animated feature, Injustice.
And we talk about more pop culture news.
So last night, we watched Injustice.
Yes, the new animation from the DC Comics, DC Extended Animated Universe, whatever they're calling it now. And based on the video game with the same name, sort of. The original video game is called Injustice: Gods Among Us. And the premise is the same. Let's start with spoiler alert. Because if you didn't play the games or read the books, you're gonna see different stuff on the show. But yeah, if you don't want spoilers, just stop here and skip the next 30 minutes to go to the news. Anyways, so what did you think?
I enjoyed it. I'm not super familiar with either the game or the comics that were written, inspired by the game. But I thought it's an interesting story. It's basically, what if Superman goes bad and does what everybody's afraid that he will do, and kind of gets into it. I wasn't super crazy about the happy ending.
Yeah.
At the end, I feel like that could have been handled differently, but overall, I thought it was well done. Interesting animating style, great cast, and even though it is markedly different from the source material, it was still a good movie.
Yeah,
which is the main thing.
Yeah, no, it was okay. It wasn't like the books or the video game. It starts just like it. And you see that in the trailer, and the premise is that Superman goes bad because the Joker puts a bomb on Lois' heart, and he controls or corrupts Superman's mind with kryptonite. So he's fighting what he thinks is Doomsday.
Yeah.
And take him all the way up to space where he can't breathe, and he dies. But it turns out it wasn't him. It was Lois that was pregnant.
Yeah.
So, and then Superman go bananas, and it's sort of he goes crazy, but he goes crazy on the way he does things, because first he kills the Joker, and then he starts this what's it called? Police state. Yeah. He starts this police state to prevent that things like that will happen again. He take away all the guns. See what bad guys do? Take away all the guns. He force countries in conflict to reach peace by force, and all sorts of things that everybody wants to happen. Everybody wants peace. Everybody wants violence and crime to go away. But he does by force. He eliminates free will, and he goes against that. So the premise is the same as in the book, but there's some slightly changes in the beginning, and then some more in the middle, and then it changes completely.
Yeah, the ending is
the ending. If anything, the book is like the games. The game was the original, then it came the book. So between when Lois dies and Metropolis explodes because of the bomb, between that and the game, there's 5 years. And what happens is this: so Lois dies, the Metropolis explodes, he goes and kills the Joker. Cut to somewhere else, and there's the Justice League fighting the Joker, and he has a bomb in Metropolis. And then when they are about to get to the Joker, who has the detonator, and like a big flash of white light, and they disappear, and they reappear somewhere else, and then the Joker is like pressing the button to explode the bomb, and it doesn't, because the bomb is another Earth. So it turns out that the League were sent to this different Earth, and for instance, Batman arrives in Gotham, and in Metropolis, and it's like, this is not Gotham, but it feels like Gotham. It's Metropolis under the police state that Superman created, and that's 5 years after the beginning of the game, the prologue of the game.
Yeah.
So during those 5 years, after you play the game, and there's a lot in the game that they use in the new movie, but and there's some that they didn't. But on those 5-year comic books, they explain the whole DC published 5-year worth of comic books, and they explain the whole process that led Superman to become a what they call Supreme Chancellor, Prime Minister of the planet.
They're classic megalomaniac fascists.
Yeah.
Only this time he's backed up by all of Superman's powers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the league in the beginning, they was like, oh, but this, they convinced him because he's the best of us, he's the best of them. Yeah. And it's like if Superman says that, so most of them backed him, and some are reticent about it. Some full on, like Wonder Woman is like full on. And there's a difference from that in the show. In the show, she's not. At the end, she's like, "How could you do that?" And no, she's like, "Amazon warriors." Like, "Oh, you're the leader," and she follows him to the end and through all the atrocities.
Something that's interesting to me about this story and all of its different versions is like Superman, it's not like he goes mad with grief. It's that his grief pushes him across the boundaries that he had set up for himself, because nobody can really control Superman except himself, right? He's more powerful than like anybody, and so his grief pushes him back past those lines, so he uses his power to control people instead of just to rescue people. And in the movie, it only takes a few months. In the books, you've got like this 5-year process. But it's really interesting to see like nobody's forcing any of these people, any of the Justice League, to do that, to follow him. Nobody forced Superman to do this. It's interesting to see them making different choices, and how a lot of them are making these different choices for quote unquote good reasons. And it's something that was echoed in like Red Hood talks about, like Jason as Red Hood talks about this, like if we did cross these lines, if we did just kill these bad guys like the Joker, how many innocent lives could we save? It's a compelling argument. And anyway, I just think it's really interesting, and that's why I wasn't crazy about this towards the ending of this one, is like what you were saying about how Wonder Woman stops. Like, she's with him up until he kills a bunch of teenagers who are celebrating the Joker, and then she's like, whoa. I don't know, it kind of like curtailed that whole thought experiment, and which I really enjoyed.
Yeah, no, and it's interesting that the change of characters, like Diana is with him to the end. Shazam and Flash are always kind of reticent, and the Flash Shazam close to the end of the game, he is like, no, we can't do that, and then Superman ends up killing him, and then kind of like it's too much for the Flash, and he moves away. He helps the League, but at the end, everything is really more. It's darker. I don't know the rating on this show.
This one might. Let me double check that.
But it's definitely.
They were not shy about the gore, but it was animated, so.
It's on the top. It's always on the top.
Oh, there it is. R, yeah.
Okay, but the game is darker. Well, the first there's this issue that is either poor writing or there's something more mental, psychological about it, and that we cannot know for sure how these things work. But Superman, there was always, the paragon, the paragon of justice, truth, and the American way. and a tragedy happens, and he's destroyed, but in a way that he's not really destroyed. He's still trying to do those things, and there's some big moments in the series, in the comic book series, about like how when he well, granted the organized forces of this planet, politicians and governments, they don't act really well. It's like when Superman's going crazy, they decide, let's kidnap his parents.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like what a great idea. You're gonna capture the only thing that's keeping this guy sane, and is not keeping him sane. And
his only anchor to like morality and restraint.
And and blackmail him. It's like, you idiots.
Yes.
So they
predictably that was a disaster.
Yeah. So they
pushed him further over the edge.
So they do that, and that pushes him over the edge, and he ends up killing Oliver Queen, the Green Arrow. After I think I can't remember if it was him or some other character. They also kills Black Canary. No, he's about to kill her, but then he hears that she's pregnant. And then Dr. Fate takes her and the baby to another Earth where there's an Oliver Queen that lost his canary. Okay. A lot happens in the book. The books are good, but
you got 5 years worth of.
That's true. And there's this. So there's year one. I can't remember, but there's one year that's all about the magic characters.
Ooh.
There's a big battle between Mr. Mxyzptlk and Trigon. And the universe is about to be destroyed because they're fighting, and then the League and the Insurgents are fighting under that. It's like there's a whole year about magic. There's a whole year about the gods of Olympus come, and it's like, Superman, you can't do that. You're not a god. We are gods. We're gonna stop this. You're gonna have to fight our champions. It's like, you're fine. Bring your champion, and then. It's okay, our champion is Wonder Woman. And then Wonder Woman is super loyal to Superman at that point, but she's loyal to the gods. And she has to, otherwise the gods will destroy everything. And so they clash. And there's a about the Green Lanterns. And how they were, it's like, as Guardians of the Galaxy, they go in Superman, they bring a lot of Green Lanterns here. And the Sinestro Corps comes too. And anyways, there's a lot that goes through to the book, but
that's really interesting because in the movie, in this animation, there's a meeting kind of early on between some of the members of the Justice League who don't want to follow Superman, and one of the Green Lanterns is there, and I think Shazam was there, and Shazam says, nope, all the magical heroes are out. And the Green Lantern says, nope, we've been recalled to Oa. Yeah, so they just like, not only do they not get into all of that, they just like completely just leave. Like, no, we're done, bye.
Which is bad because, where there's problems, and this is real life too, where there's an issue, where there's a problem, there will always be heroes. Heroes will rise. No matter what, to save someone that is drowning, to stop a crime, to help someone that is needs food, that's human nature, and to super powerful heroes that can help people. Is like, nope, we're not gonna get involved. For better for good, in the book, these two, Hal Jordan and Billy Batson, they follow Superman because they think they're doing something right. And of course the ones that think Superman is not doing right go against him. But it's like, you pick a side. You don't stay in the middle.
Yeah.
Anyways, so there's a lot that happens in the book, and my point about the whole mental upward writing is like how this big of a hero would fall this much, because there's some moments when he kills Oliver, for instance, when he kills Billy, he's like past beyond the point of not even redemption, but beyond the point of rationalize that he is slightly wrong. But when he almost kills Dinah when he clashes with Batman. That's the other thing in the books. He clashes with Batman several times.
Because Batman, there's no question at all from the beginning.
Yeah.
He's there for Superman right at the beginning. He tries to stop him from killing Lois. He tries to talk him down, to help him and support him in his grief. But he never ever is kind of caught up in what Superman's trying to do. So he's resistance from the beginning. So in a lot of ways, even though Superman would be kind of the main character, I feel like this is a great moment for Batman too.
Yeah.
Anyway, keep going. Sorry.
So there's when he kills Oliver, it's there's right there when he commits some of the atrocities, he's Anakin moments what have I done? How could I do that?
Yeah.
But at the same time that affects him is a second later, he's back into mission mode, which is again, it could be poor writing, could be something mental that I don't know. The author could claim that. I don't know if he could or if he would. In the show, in the movie, as full of problems as is, there's some things there that try to get him back, but effortless. It doesn't really work. Like when he kills Oliver in the league the insurgents are leaving, and Superman is about to get them, and then Jonathan says, no, don't go. It was an accident, so
you need to forgive them. And
same thing with what was it, Ra's al Ghul? Someone else holds him in the moment that which there was a lot to put on a movie, and
they took this all on in about 80 minutes.
Yeah,
actually closer to 70 once you take out credits and stuff.
Yeah, but the most problematic thing is throughout those years until to get the point of tyranny, and brother against brother fighting, and there's a lot to happen, and it gets dark, it gets gruesome, and there's a betrayal and death and sadness. Dick Grayson dies,
and becomes what was it? Dead
because of Damian. So Damian joins Superman, so he joins the bad guys, and he even goes to the point of he takes the name of Nightwing.
Interesting.
Yeah, and in the book and in the game, there's a moment that he shows up as Nightwing to fight Batman and Oliver from the different Earth, and I'm gonna go get that. This whole different Earth thing? And then Ollie talks to him, so it's like, this guy raised you, this guy trained you, you're gonna betray him like that, and then Batman tells Oliver from different Earths, like, Ollie, that's not Dick Grayson, that's Damian Wayne, my son, or something like that. I can't remember. But later, there's a moment that Damian clashes with Bruce, and he says like, you know, my son, my only son died, and yeah, it's deeper, but the game was based on Mortal Kombat. It's like gruesome, it's violent. There's not a lot of happy endings or heroes. Everybody's trying to kill each other. And
it is that style of play too, like the two-dimensional, like Street Fighter type thing.
And Injustice was based on that type of game. So, and it's called Gods Among Us. So it's like if the gods of comic book universe, the Justice League become bad guys. And it's beyond because to kill people for super beings like that is like this easy. So, it gets dark to a point that there's no redemption. And in the series and in the game is pretty much that. Yeah. To the end. And the solution that Batman tries everything in 5 years. Superman breaks his back just like Bane did. There's like crazy stuff like that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So And he even brags that he was like, I went easy, because he could kill him, right? But he just broke his back to stop him, because he still has, there's a connection there. Mm-hmm. But at the end, after everything that goes through the book, the Batman brings heroes from a different Earth to open a vault. He created this weapon to stop Superman, and is in a vault that only opens if every member of the Justice League put their handprint, fingerprint,
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. But of course the League on this destroyed universe is not gonna help, so he brings the other ones, but then at the end that doesn't work. So the Batman from a different Earth from Earth Prime is captured. They go try to save him, and then when they save him, it's like the Batman from the Bad Earth is gonna send everybody back. It's like, no, you're not gonna go away. We're gonna help you. It's like, oh, that's not your problem. It's like, no, now it's our problem. And if we bring Superman from our Earth, we can save it. But the thing that Batman used to bring them is destroyed. I can't remember the details. But then meanwhile on the other Earth, on Earth Prime, Earth 1, if you may, Superman was never sent to that different Earth, because Batman didn't need Superman, and he was afraid that bringing another Superman, because the only Superman he knew was that bad guy, so he was afraid to bring another one.
Justifiably, I'd be concerned. Yeah.
So he meanwhile on the other Earth, the Prime Superman and Cyborg are working to try to find a way to go to the Earth and help them save the day. And then he goes, and then he beats some of the bad guys until he finally beats Superman, and then they lock him on Red Sun prison, and the other heroes that became bad guys, they also locked, even the ones that redeemed themselves or tried to, but too late. Like the Flash, he repented at the very end and helped Bruce, but it was like all the atrocities he did to the
they all
5 years
committed horrible crimes.
was too late. Anyways, there's one that touched the Flash quite a bit. It's like they beat the crap out of this kid in Australia. There's fighting the tyranny, and they put him in a wheelchair or on a coma, I can't remember. And then a couple of days later, someone calls him to visit this house of this kid and show his room. It's like all of Flash and Justice League. He's a big fan. And then someone tells him, so that's the kid you destroyed and put in a coma.
Ooh.
Yeah, it gets dark.
Yeah.
But yeah. And then the Superman Prime goes back to Earth, but before he talks to Batman and it's like, hey, you better watch out. If you go bad, I'll go get you. And it's like, yeah, vice versa. Anyways, in the show, there's like Ra's al Ghul shows up.
Yeah.
And Damian goes against Ra's al Ghul because Ra's al Ghul goes against Superman, and also because he realizes that he's screwed up when he killed Dick, even if it was an accident. On the books, it's like the thing that sent him to the deep dark side, the point of no return. When in this, it was like there was not enough time for everybody to cross that much.
Yeah.
And even Superman at the end, the Tyrant Superman is in the games. He's defeated by the League and by Superman. On this, they bring pregnant Lois from a different Earth.
Yeah,
to reason with him, and he's like, oh, what have I done? I should die. And then Batman, no.
You're not getting out of it that easy.
Yeah.
Red Sun prison for you.
Yeah, but when we need you, we're gonna get you. Which is not which is never a thing on the game, but I guess today we know that there's a sequel, and in the sequel they do need Superman's help, and they're gonna get Superman's help, and so they use that phrase kind of to.
To leave other movies
to reference the second game.
Okay.
Which, but the damage was not as much as in the books, and everything happened so fast that's like it's tough to see Superman getting bad and worse, because everything happened so fast that it's not like he was tyrant for 5 years killing people and
or even like not even just being a tyrant for 5 years, but having 5 years to evolve from the Boy Scout to the tyrant. This
from killing the Joker, which some might say is justified, is not that bad.
It's not like the worst thing that's ever happened.
But then killing Oliver or there's some other big heroes that dies. I think Huntress, Batwoman. It's very tragic. It's very dark.
And because this is all on a different Earth, they can go nuts with it. They can kill whoever they want, because like Earth Prime.
It was a different series. It was independent.
It's a cool opportunity.
I'm really surprised that they released. It took them 5 years to go through all that, when they could just do a couple of issues. No, they did the whole series, and but. The movie was interesting. It's definitely very, very different. It's an arm, but it's a lighter version. It's like not a lot deep into the characters. There's some epic. There's some like maybe not epic, but some fan favorite moments from the books that made it to the show. Like Oliver takes Harley to his Arrow Cave, and then Harley's like, Arrow Cave? That's a ridiculous name. Bats has a cave because Bats lives in caves.
It makes sense. Where do arrows live? A quiver.
And he's about to say, that's a stew. You know what? I like that. And even when he dies, she takes over, and then there's this whole she moves towards the insurgents, and she ends up being a superhero. She creates this whole
hero Harley.
And the HH is a reference to another thing called the Harley Horde. There's a bunch of one of those guys that are honoring the Joker, right? She gets that, not those that die, but there's some others that she goes there. It's like, you guys are honoring a bad guy, and she's already turning to the good side. She was a bad guy. He beat me. He committed crimes. This and that. Now you should join me. And then they join her. And at first they don't have a name, and they still use masks, just like the Joker. But then at the end they start dressing like her, and there's like whole battles that they fight the Superman's army, which is not a thing on this. That's another difference.
Yeah, he does it all with like T-spheres and robots.
There's no human support, because in the books there's humans that takes like kryptonite technology pills that give them powers, and so they police the world with Superman. And but Injustice, if you wanna see, if you read the books and and played the game, and you wanna see this different version, it's super short, it's very different, but it's not bad.
No, it's not, and it's unreasonable to expect them to accomplish in 80 minutes what they did in 5 years of comics plus games. Like that, it's big. But I enjoyed it. It's a really interesting premise, and it was well executed.
The stuff like the Year of Magic that you see, Zatanna, Dr. Fate, Constantine, all these people helping Batman, and of course the Year of the Gods. The Year of the Gods was the Year of the Green Lanterns. It's a lot. That of course it wouldn't be able to make it, but when it comes to the point of the game story it gets really far from the source material.
Okay.
Because I guess they didn't want to all the superheroes to be bad guys, but again, it's part of the.
That's kind of the point of it, though, isn't it? Like.
Yeah.
What if they made different choices? What if these people with so many powers chose to do something else with them?
Yeah.
Or chose to save the world in a different way?
Yeah, but that's the thing some authors say in against stuff like this, or the books, or against the Snyder universe, is that what made these good guys rise was because of bad guys, you know. So for them to turn into bad guys, it was would be very, 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 very unlikely.
Yes.
Yeah, especially good guys at that level. You know?
Well.
But I mean, you know, and it's not the first time that they kill Lois and pregnant Lois. Snyder did too, and turned him into a bad guy. It has to be. I mean, in this one, there's still the rationalization or the kryptonitization of things. He justified himself saying this for good. That's what Lois would do, and people talk about that in the books. So it's like, you think Lois would approve that? And they don't. It's so quick that they can do the show. On Snyder Cut, it's like it has to be mind control because, you know.
Yeah.
Or I mean, there's from the Snyderverse we saw there's scenes that he blames.
The nightmare.
Yeah, he blames Batman for it, but you know how. Anyways.
Well, because Batman, how many times did Batman arrest the Joker and put him in Arkham?
Yeah, no, on the I'm talking about the Snyderverse. He blames Batman.
Yeah, but I'm saying that's maybe one reason that he would blame Batman
for Lois dying on the Snyderverse.
Yeah.
No, we see Lois being burned on the ship with Darkseid. No, on the Justice League. There's a scene, the dark dreams when Cyborg sees Wonder Woman dying.
Yes.
And sees
never mind.
Aquaman being killed, and then he sees Superman with Lois burned body on her, and then Darkseid behind him, leaning him, and he blames back. I don't know. Yeah. We might know when #restore the Snyderverse. Yeah.
We'll see.
That might be close. But yeah, Injustice is available everywhere on Blu-ray, 4K, DVD, digital, for you to watch this interesting adaptation. And there's other thing about animations adaptations for the DC, because it's really cool to see in this case what you read or what you play in the game being adapted to an animation, but they give you a little bit different, you know, because some might say, "Oh, great job! They animated something, you know, exactly the same." There's a lot of people that want that, but there might be people that, you know, would get something out of, you know, something different, and
sure.
You know, and
comic books and movies are completely different ways of telling stories.
Yeah.
And even though a comic book might resemble like a storyboard or something, doesn't mean that if you do that verbatim, it's gonna make a movie worth watching.
But even when it's a shorter story, you know, like Under the Red Hood or Hush, they changed the story in a way that's like, I didn't like it, but I guess it still works. And they changed, at least Hush, they changed. For me, it was like I was hoping the entire movie that's not true. That's going to change at the end. No, they changed right in the beginning, so there's no way that people is going to get confused. Going to get surprised. It's like, surprise! It's like, no, they do something in the beginning that they kind of make it impossible to be the same as in the book. Yeah.
Okay, so watch it, check it out, enjoy it. But also take some time and read the comics.
Yes, all the DC comics, including all the 5 years of Injustice, are available on DC Universe Infinite. And also you can go to a comic book store, hunt them, and I'm sure you can find those, what they call it.
Omnibus?
Yeah, they don't call it omnibus, but some sort of omnibus. They collect the it's like Injustice Year 1, volume.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're doing 2 volumes, some they're doing 1.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's beautiful art, and the stories are
really
interesting.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say some are not, some are kind of, but most of them, the whole thing is very interesting.
Okay. Have we done justice?
Yeah.
To Injustice?
I think so.
Okay. All right. Let's talk about Uncharted.
Oh, just quick, since we're going to talk about Uncharted as a video game, there's rumors that it might come in Injustice 3.
Ooh.
Anytime in the future.
Mm-hmm.
There's already talking about who's going to be in it. There's I think He-Man is on it, because there's a crossover comic that's Injustice and Masters of the Universe. And yeah, so He-Man would be on it, and I can't remember the other characters.
Interesting.
But yeah,
She-Ra, Skeletor.
No, it wouldn't be all the characters. I think it would be He-Man
just
like Scorpion from Mortal Kombat is on the original Injustice.
Okay. What a time to be alive. Fun stuff. Okay, now
Uncharted.
Okay, so we have our first. This is the first full real trailer, right?
Yes.
Okay, very exciting. Again, I know nothing about the source material. I never played the game.
The games are fun. It
looks fun.
I have all of them, and I played the first.
The trailer has Indiana Jones vibes.
Oh yeah,
Tomb Raider, Indiana Jones,
It was for a long time.
Archaeology.
Indiana Jones was the name of archaeology adventure,
mm-hmm.
and then we had a little bit. A taste of a little bit that on the Mummy, but bigger than the Mummy came Tomb Raider, Lara Croft, and then years later, decades later, came Uncharted, which is the same thing, but now it's back to the male character, and it's pretty much the same thing: archaeology, mystery, and adventure, and the games are fun.
It looks like it would make a cool game.
Yeah, it's a cool story, and there's stuff in the games that's the action, the not only on the one you play, but the cinematics, this running on the train that's about to destroy you, or falling from a plane with cargo. It's it's really fun.
That bit you just talked about, the cargo falling out of the plane, that was the moment, we see this in the trailer, it's I know I can see that in a video game.
Yeah, and there's comparison pictures online that people already posted the game and the movie, and
it looks so game aside, it looks like a really fun movie. If you're into Indiana Jones and the adventure, archaeology, treasure hunt type thing, this looks so much fun. And it stars Tom Holland. And
that's the issue.
Yes. Despite the fact.
Because Nathan Drake, he was clearly modeled by Nathan Fillion or David Boreanaz. Or both together.
If the two somehow had a child, it would be this.
Yeah, it's a past 30s man, strong and good looking.
Yeah. But a little rough.
Yeah.
Definitely not our sweet, angelic face Tom Holland.
Not a kid.
Yeah.
And some people are justifying that. I mean, Sony's probably paying people to go around and justify, or creating robots to justify. Oh, but this is a young Nathan Drake. Just like Warner's this is a young Bruce Wayne. I was like...
Which is fine.
I mean, if anything...
when there are actors out there who look so much like him, and then you go for... someone who looks him.
The kids that jump through buildings and make them millions. That's what they got.
Yeah.
But
and there's even a joke about this at the beginning of the trailer. We see Tom Holland tending bar, and Mark Wahlberg comes up and says, "Aren't you a little young for this?" Because he looks. Well, I feel like he's the new Michael J. Fox.
Yes.
He's always gonna be a teenager, a young teenager.
Yeah. But if anything, there's 5 games, I think.
Wow.
There's 4 base games with Nathan Drake, and there's a spin-off with a female character. Maybe there's another one. Anyways, 4, 5, 6 games tops. With Tom Holland, they could do, I don't know, some 10, 15 movies, because he's old, right? He's not 15 anymore. He's probably, 30?
Not 30, but definitely in his 20s.
Yeah, so it means he's not going to change much.
Yeah.
So, and yeah, he could do a lot more.
You could, yeah. I'd really like to know about his skincare routine. And, yeah, we'll see. But whatever issues with appearances we might have, the trailer looks like such a fun movie.
Yeah.
I was distracted. I didn't find a release date. Do we know?
I don't remember.
Okay, well,
we give it back to you when it comes close, but you know.
Yeah.
Release dates is other thing you're gonna talk about. There's like a lot of release dates changing.
Yeah.
And.
Yeah, Disney's actually. Let's just talk about it now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Disney, all their 2022 Marvel films have all been pushed back.
And Indiana Jones.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know if they finished shooting, but they definitely might be close to finish shooting. And. Yeah, so that's not a good explanation. I mean, not good. There's not a clear explanation. They didn't say why they just moved, but we will assume it's because of COVID yet. But
sure,
if they want to keep the industry going, they should keep releasing movies.
They should.
If anything, the announcement of the changes came a day after DC Fandome. I was like, huh. They don't want to compete with DC films?
Coincidence? Or
who knows?
I don't know. I mean, it makes sense because these are superhero films getting pushed back, like Multiverse of Madness and Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. So, yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah, I thought right away. It was like, on the Monday after the Fandom.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll see.
No.
But either way, the movie's still gonna be released, but not a later date.
Yeah. Speaking of Marvel. A new book has been released that tells us that Robert Downey Jr., who is such a huge part of like launching the MCU and Iron Man and like relaunching his whole career and all that stuff, almost had a very different role.
Yeah, it was.
He was considered, I think even offered, the role of Doctor Doom in Fantastic Four movies.
That was in the past. I thought there was something happening now.
Nope.
I didn't read that.
No, okay. It's kind of a what if.
Okay. I thought it was something they're thinking now.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
From what I read, yeah.
Interesting.
So, yeah, which I just... Maybe it's because I know him best as Iron Man. I can't see that at all.
That's the whole multiverse of madness and the whole mess with the multiverse they're doing now. They could definitely have a Doctor Doom, and then Doctor Doom opens his face and is like, wait,
what?
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. Yeah, I don't know. Billionaire genius. Yeah, it could work. It could work. All right.
Some casting announcements this week. Some fun ones. Lionsgate's gonna do a John Wick prequel show called The Continental, and Mel Gibson's gonna be on it.
Yeah.
That's
a really interesting choice.
Yeah, and I know he got beat up, and he beat up people in some of his late movies.
It's true. He's got the resume for it.
So, gonna be cool. And the Continental universe, it's so interesting. From the first movie, they made this thing so compelling.
It is like
without giving you much details. Ugh, it was
this place
so
good.
Oh
yeah.
Yeah.
And there's so much potential there, like a hotel with assassins coming in and out and all these rules and that's a rich. You could do a TV show for it. Like there's
TV.
There's so much you could do. You wouldn't even need to touch on John Wick at all.
Yeah, and that's the good
thing. You could completely ignore that and just
expanding the universe.
Yeah, I am here for that.
Yeah,
I would even offer a gold coin. Let's do this.
Big one is that Hayden Christensen is gonna be back as Anakin Skywalker. If he's already not back as Anakin Skywalker for Obi-Wan, we don't know. Maybe he's already there, but he's gonna be back on the Ahsoka show.
Yeah, which is really interesting. I assume this is gonna be for flashbacks. Because Rosario Dawson is cast, right?
But that's the thing. Ahsoka is if they're gonna follow what we saw in The Mandalorian, Darth Vader is dead. And from Return of the Jedi, we learned that Darth Vader died and became a Force Ghost. He could be a Force Ghost as well.
Force Ghost.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hadn't thought of that.
But yeah, flashbacks would be cool. It seemed like fighting during Clone Wars, because she still needs to become Ahsoka, and fighting with Anakin during Clone Wars would help in the process.
Sure.
Because the girl that was before it was a tough job in the beginning, but she nailed it. Everybody hated her in the beginning. At the end, everybody loved her.
No, I'm rewatching Clone Wars right now. I'm still in the first season. Oh my gosh, she is the worst. Season 1 Ahsoka is so.
Oh, you still hate her? Even rewatching?
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's how bad she was. Because now, having finished Clone Wars and watched everything else, I freaking love Ahsoka Tano. She's incredible. But oh man, I've forgotten how bad it was at the beginning. It was that good.
But that's a great thing. And she everybody loves her, and she lasts, and she became a character of her own. And there's the whole thing about we talked about past weeks about creating characters. When you create a character. Instead of rehashing, recycling characters that exist, when you create a character and you do it well, it lasts forever,
Yes.
And that was Superman, with Batman, with Darth Vader, Luke Skywalker, and with Ahsoka Tano, It's like, good job creating and
Yeah.
But, another guy that was cast this week was Ryan Gosling. He was cast for Barbie. It's not going to be Barbie.
No.
It's going to be Ken.
Yeah.
Or Rob. Or one of Barbie's boyfriends. There's more than one, right? I don't know. I had sisters. I swear there was more than one.
Yeah, there probably is at this point another...
At this point, I'm talking about
guy.
when I was a kid.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure it was like Barbie, Ken, or... anyways, whatever.
Either way, the headline says Ken.
Gosling. He's going to be Ken. Yeah.
Against Margot Robbie playing Barbie.
Yeah.
Now, I personally would have picked, my first choice for Ken would have been the other Canadian Ryan. I feel like Ryan Reynolds is just like a shoo-in for a Ken doll. But I
would pick Michael Keaton. He was the best Ken. Yeah, to this day.
Michael Keaton, huh?
Yeah, he was Ken on
Interesting.
Toy Story.
That's right.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's amazing. Anyways.
Okay. Either way, that's happening. Probably going to be very enjoyable. So that's all we've got for casting. We've got a new series announcement?
Yes, it's a sequel series for the movie History of the World.
It's a 1981 film from Mel Brooks.
Yeah, they're going to do a Series of the World Part 2 with Mel Brooks, and the guy's funny. Let's see how he's going to do this. It's for Hulu, so 8 episodes. Let's hope he has the chance to do what he does without, external influences and woke police and but maybe he will. Who knows? We'll see.
I mean, Hulu's doing really well right now with original series.
Oh yeah, no, so, this is by all means, yes.
So that's.
But I mean, it's been a while since he does things.
This is true.
On this new postmodern era, I don't know. Let's see how it goes. Larry David gets away with everything.
Oh my gosh.
And anything. You're gonna watch his premiere later tonight.
Yeah.
But if Larry does, Mel Brooks probably gonna what's the expression? Break the glass ceiling. Yeah, he's gonna destroy ceilings of poop. I don't know. He's gonna do something crazy because he always does. We'll see. He does. Firm embraces for him.
Oh my gosh. His character, I'm mad about you. It was like, oh, anyway. Anyway. All right, ready for some hot tea?
Before the hot tea, and you're not going to take too much of the hot tea because you're running out of time.
Oh, sorry.
Mythic Quest was was renewed for 2 seasons. So
2 seasons.
2 seasons guaranteed. And Rob made this video.
Oh, it's amazing TikTok. To announce it, he got Jason Sudeikis and Anthony Hopkins involved.
Yeah. He calls Anthony Hopkins, and Anthony Hopkins has no idea who he is.
He's like, "Oh, hi, Ron." Yeah. You have that Mr. Quest. Yeah, Mr. Quest is a good show.
Mr. Quest.
Do you have any? I mean, I have an Emmy. Yeah, I have an Emmy. Do you? No. Okay.
Yeah. And then Jason interrupts and is like, "Hey, How we doing, Tom?
Yeah, no, Tony.
Tony, yeah.
Tony. Yeah, and then Anthony Hopkins is like, oh my gosh, can I be in Ted Lasso? Can I please? I want to be in your show so bad.
Anyway, it's on TikTok. Go check it.
Yeah.
Last but not least, there's like drama going on in the set of Batwoman.
Yeah, so...
Not drama on the story because the story sucks.
Oh my gosh.
But behind the scenes, that's a good show.
It's sad. It's really just so sad.
Yeah.
So Ruby Rose left the show after the first season ages ago, despite being like the lead, the title character.
She resigned.
She left. There was no explanation given. Just she's gone. We're casting another Batwoman. Okay, whatever. Well, she got onto Instagram this week, and in a series of 10 stories, not an actual post, stories, laid out all these like huge accusations against WB, the CW, the showrunners, everybody involved.
Cast members.
With the show, cast crew, about just like atrocities happening on set, how they ignored safety, how her health was put on the line, how people were abusive. All this like really serious stuff. Well, that's not the end of the story.
Yeah, because not only producers that would naturally deny that sort of allegations.
Mm-hmm.
Fellow cast members denying and saying that she was the problem.
Yeah, and that she was in fact fired.
Yes.
Which, like, what does it take to get fired if you're the lead?
Yeah.
So there's a lot coming out, a lot going.
And it was never about the character, because they already brought the character, or they will, we behind the show, they brought the character back into the show, and it's not her, it's a different actress. So yeah, it sounds a lot like she was the problem. And
yeah, I mean, I think it's entirely possible that there were other terrible people on set. It does seem true, some of her allegations about being forced to come back to work really soon after major surgery, some of the injuries that happened on set to her and to other people. So I don't want to say that like everything she's saying is made up, but like it definitely sounds like she was part of the problem.
Yeah.
To the point that everybody's a lot happier that she's not there anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
if anything, there was in the past there were issues with WB and the productions. Namely the Ray Fisher incident. But we knew that back then there were people that corroborate with him and backed him. Like Ben Affleck took his side and helped him, like in a very Batman way, to protect his friend, to help his fellow castmate.
And they all stood up together against Joss Whedon. Yeah.
On this case, there's nobody corroborating with her and saying that she was wrong, and maybe that was the case. There's more developing, but the show is not developing.
It's not, and it makes me so sad because the show could be good, and they just won't let it be good.
And next season, Alice is gonna be a good guy.
I know, like, what the heck? This is, it's the dumbest thing. It's the dumbest thing that a judge is like, yeah, I'm gonna release Alice into your custody.
Yeah.
What? Like, she's a psychotic mass murderer.
Yeah.
I get she has a tragic backstory, but it led her to being a psychotic mass murderer. So, like, maybe let's not release her to anybody's custody. Anyway, I have strong feelings about it. I hope that Ruby Rose is gonna be okay. I hope that everybody, for right now, things are not okay.
Yeah, everybody, we hope the best for everybody. Everybody gets better. Firm embraces to everybody.
Yes.
That's it for this week.
Yeah.
May the force be with you.
And live long and prosper.
Bye.
Bye.